become very, very frustrated. Is anybody in here frustrated other than me? Sister Gloria, you frustrated? Yes. Because some folk ain't gonna lie. I mean, they ain't gonna tell the truth. Because some people gonna lie. They like they ain't frustrated. Human side of us, and it does not have anything to do with your faith in God. What it does say is that I am getting tired, not to the point that I'm going to leave God or exit the race, but I'm just tired. I'm ready to see what you said to me. And you know what I'm saying? I can handle that. But what I can't handle is when you get an attitude and become indifferent. Come on, right there. Yes. That's what I can't handle. That's it. So now let's think about this. We don't need to get real super spiritual today. Because all we can do is natural things first. It's in the book of Corinthians. And then spiritual things. How many of you have ever been to a doctor's office? You ever been to an emergency room? Do they call you? They didn't call you and say, by the way, you need to be in my office. Then what they do they? Emergency room don't call you and say you need to come. You evidently are going because there is a problem. Am I right? There's something that is wrong with you. And if you go to the emergency room, that means that you can't get to the doctor. Regardless of where you are, whether you be in the emergency room or the doctor's office, you have to wait. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Can I say that again? You have to wait. Have you ever looked around you when you're sitting in the office? And you looked at your audience of folk who are there just like you are, waiting to see the doctor. Have you ever scanned the crowd? I have. Did you ever look at them? I come in and I say, hello. My doctors now know me. Hello, Mrs. Bale. I say, hello, how are you? And notice that they said, Mrs. Bale and not Pastor Bale. That's what they're supposed to do. Because I'm not in a church setting. I am Mrs. And I don't go in and say, well, by the way, I'm Pastor Bailey. No, it's Mrs. Bailey. And I answer to her. I say, hello, Mrs. Bailey. You may have a seat. And the doctor will be with you. And then when I tell you, everybody always say about get the same thing. And the doctor will be with you. And then what they say? Shortly. How many of you, while you're sitting there waiting, give your name, sign your name in on the book? Or they'll take your name. Someone say, I got you. You're already in the computer. How many got doctors like that? You're already in the computer. Yes. We know you're supposed to be here at 2 a.m., so here you are. Or 2 p.m. And so you're in the computer. But how many of you, while you're sitting there, you start watching everybody? You come in the door and you're happy. And you sit down and you find a seat. And I try to be polite because I don't want to look at too many people while I'm in the waiting room. We're talking about the waiting room experience. So I try not to look at too many people because there are some folks that don't want you looking at them. And the society now that we're living in, if you look at them too long, they want to know what your problem is. What problem? So while I'm sitting in the waiting room, I'm trying to be very positive, and I'm trying to sing, I'm trying to think of good things, and I'm trying to be, not look too much. But every now and then I scan the crowd. And when you scan the crowd, you find some of them folk that are sitting calmly, like myself. Patiently, like myself. But then you find some that is not calm, and they're not sitting there patiently. You got some of them that get up and they start to look at stuff, and they go to the bathroom, and if they don't go to the bathroom, you hear that? Or they're moving from side to side, but telling the truth. Now mind you, the doctor didn't call for you, you called for the doctor. So since you called for the doctor, and some offices will tell you, you have to know that there will be a 5 to 20 minute wait before you can see the doctor. And when services are rendered, you must come on with it. What they're saying. So you sit there and you might be sitting beside a person who is really impatient. And if you ain't careful, they'll say something like, how long have you been here? And I'm was so nice. I said, well, I just got here about 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes? I've been here almost 20 minutes. And they said it's a 20-minute wait. Look. You know, you try to be nice to where perhaps they're busy. And hopefully you'll get called. Turn around, you try to look at a magazine. Or you're trying to... Well, I ain't been called yet. Try to tell you something. I really don't want to get in this conversation. Because I'm waiting for the doctor just like you are. I need to see him too. Isn't that so? How many of us know right now we need to hear from Jesus? Some of us has heard from him, but then there's some of us who need to hear, but then there's some of us who need to see. Anybody here like that? I need to see right now. He told me some stuff, but I need to see. Then if you're not careful, you got one that is totally annoyed. You ever see them kind that are totally annoyed? To me, they're ignorant people, they're immature folk. And I've seen people act down in character because they get annoyed because the doctor ain't called them right away. It can be a male or female. I watched it not long ago when I was in Lewis at the gynecologist. Woman come in and the woman said, I'm sorry. She said, well, they told me to bring my daughter. She said, yes, we told you to bring your daughter. She said, but ma'am, you have forms that you have to complete. You have paperwork that you must do before we can see you. But that's not what they said. They told me I need to see my daughter. They can see my daughter. They ain't telling me like no paperwork. She had 3 of them with her 3 teenagers. When people get annoyed, it's hard for them to hear what they need to do. And what you need to do is follow the process or the rules and the regulations. They apply to everybody. Do you not know that? Everybody that's in this kingdom race or on this Christian journey, every one of us have got to, what's the word? Wait. Every one of us got to do what? Wait. Shout it like you mean it. Wait. Some of y'all don't want to wait. She got indignant. She stormed outside, and I guess she must have had a conversation with herself. Because when she come back, she was boo-hooing and crying. She bypassed the receptionist, and she walked straight to the back to the doctor. And you heard about that. They told me when I called that you would see my daughters, and now they want me to do the paperwork. It's not fair. I need to see you. My daughters need to be seen. I have such a sweet little doctor. You know him. He's so sweet, God. He's so sweet to the bone. I said, Lord, I thank you. I was sitting there, I thank you that I'm not the doctor. Not dead. And I need, she said, I'm the doctor, just nice and calm as he could be. This is what he said. Our doctor's name is Dr. Moise. He said, I understand. I hear what you're saying. So trust me. I hear you. He said, but what you need to do, correct that. Fill out the paper. That's right. Because we need it. Cannot see anybody without the paperwork. That's right. Oh, okay. Then I've seen people like her. Then I've seen them on the other hand where they get up and they get mad with the receptionist. Yeah. Where the receptionist has got nothing to do with the rules and the regulations. All they doing is just passing it on what was given to them. Much like the pastors sometimes. We get upset with the pastors, leaders, men and women who come to tell us the truth. You know what we're doing is passing on what was given to us. Amen. I seen a lady went to the reception window. She said, let me tell you something. I've been sitting here, and I've been sitting here for about an hour. And you told me that he was going to see me in 20 minutes. I'm sick and tired of sitting here, and I'm sick of you lying. And if I could get through that window, thank you, Jesus, for a shield of protection. My Father's angels are all around me. She said, I jumped through that window and I beat you because you lied to me. Oh, let's not check our head, because some of us got something working in us too. We might not show up at the doctor's office, but you sure pull me up right and find me in another arena. I can get off with you. I know that just like that. Come on, somebody. And still say I'm saved and I'm a child of God. I might cuss you. You'd be amazed at what we do outside. Good thing we don't have a tracking device on all the saints. Wouldn't it be something if the government ordered your saints, then your people are? I'm going to order you to put a tracking device on all of them. Ha shamande, la 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 bushama. Some of y'all say you don't want no tracking device. I don't want you to have no tracking device on me. You gonna find out that I ain't always doing what I need to do. And I am going somewhere I ain't got no business to go. Oh my, I hope they never do it. But just trust me, if they ever do, I'm going to put a tracking device on every one of you. No, I'm going to kid you. The waiting room. Nobody likes to be in the waiting room. There are times that even though I'm pleasant and I'm nice and I'm calm, I still would like to see the doctor, because I do come to realize that the 20-minute wait turns into an hour. Anybody ever been that? And if he or she's got an emergency, it might take 2 hours. And then sometimes they tell you that you might have to reschedule. Especially with my doctor, Dr. Moise, he'll deliver babies are coming in the world, and all you know, you can't put a timing on a baby. He coming when he get ready. She coming when she get ready. But it's just the fact of being in the waiting room. Nobody wants to sit there for a long time. And I told the Lord, I said, you know, I am frustrated right now because I know that you spoke a word to me. I heard your voice. But right now, I need to see something. And I almost feel like if there was a pathway where I could really get to him. Can I just be real? So I wasn't there this week. If I could really get up there to glory, I'd be there. In person, live, might not be live for long, but I'd be standing up there. And I'll be telling him, you got to show me something. I need something. Is there anybody understand what I'm talking about? I just need to see one thing. Be manifested that you promised me. Just one thing. Thank God we can't get there, because some of y'all will try to beat me there. The race will be on. You better believe that the tortoise and the whatever, what's his name? I would not be that little boy that came in last, because I'd be first. Because the human side of us gets tired of waiting. And the spirit man, how many of you know this? The spirit man is always encouraging you. He's not anxious. You know, maybe I don't know if I'm talking to him. I'm just talking to Helena. This week I felt like I just needed to see one thing you told me.
Yes.
Because sitting here, I'm trying to remain calm. I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to hold on to my integrity. I'm trying not to lose it. But if you would just show me one thing. I told him that. What do you think his response was? Wait. You're absolutely right. He said, wait. He said, they that wait upon the Lord. And I said, I know that. But if you really, this is what he said to me, if you really trust me, you'll wait. You will. You know, when you really trust him, you don't care what time it is. You just know that he's going to fulfill his promise. Isn't that right? When you're sitting there in the waiting room, there's so much joy when they come out and say, Mrs. Bell, and the doctor will see you now.